Oh my goodness. Hello, humanity. You are created by God and loved by your Creator. And I am Deborah Thomas, a human being who is about 4.5 hours away from being up 24 hours. And I'm almost 3 days late. Maybe I am 3 days late with my video blog. So, why am I here? I'm here because one, I made a commitment to get to 35 videos. Thank you, Sean Cannell. And the other reason why that I'm here is to capture content that I want to read about, talk about, speak about later. And there's so much more that I want to share. And I will get there. But for today, I'm going to give a recap of last week's events. I've got my notes and I'm literally reading from them. I cannot believe this is episode 12. And yes, the buckets. We are with the buckets. So, I think this episode is really about trust, confidence, and belief. Just last week, I had this really crazy moment with uncovering and unveiling some craziness that's up in me that I didn't know about. So, we'll start with the gratitude. What I'm thankful for is that Abba is always faithful. God is always faithful. And then Jesus knows what he is doing. And I'm very grateful for my gifts, my talents, and my skills. And I think last week what I learned is that me plus nothing is enough. Now, for those of you who are super spiritual, who are like, oh, wait, you can't say me plus nothing is enough. You know you need God because you're sin nature, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, there's all that. And when I'm standing in full confidence of who God made me to be, Ephesians 2:10, that I am his workmanship created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which he already prepared for me to do, I'm present to all of the gifts and talents and wonderful aspects of who God is that he's given me already. And so him in me is that me plus nothing equals enough. And that the talents he's given me, what he's given to me, my capacity to fulfill on them, my brain capacity, my womanhood, my all of me as a collective package is enough. And that is true about you. That all of you, nothing added, is enough. Great, you got that? So, area for growth that's been really great has been this unique transition I'm making from employee to ownership. I had a weird moment today in the fact that the massage therapy school that I attended, Irene's Myomasology Institute, absolutely great. I let them know March 18th, that I passed my test. So I thought they were already processing my application. No, my application's getting processed as of today, and it's nearly a month. And I'm like, oh, you guys said 6 weeks. It's been 4 weeks. I can't believe I've missed out on all this opportunity to work, blah, blah, blah. So it worked out. I had a really great job interview last week. I will be heading over to work at a facility in Bloomfield Hills Township. And I'm really excited about the opportunity to work in one of my crafts so I can stop studying for a job and have a job and then keep studying to keep my continuing education credits intact. But yeah, this journey from employee to ownership showed up beautifully in the fact that I had someone say something they meant well and it landed as a little disparaging and discouraging, but it was true. What they said was true. And I think for that reason, it really hurt. There's nothing like being aware of your own insecurity and then somebody saying it out loud in a way that just has it land kind of like a knife blow. And I took it graciously, but it still stings. So in the course of this journey, I've been in touch with girlfriends who are powerful women, entrepreneurs making a difference. And it's no surprise to me that it's such a vulnerable time in my growth and development for myself as a person that some of these girlfriends that came out of the woodwork, I mean, I've been in touch with, one of my notes here, I've got 7 girlfriends that have poured into me in probably the last 3 or 4 days that I've just been affirmed and encouraged that I'm headed the right direction, that I'm doing the right thing, that for all the concern I have about stumbling and bumbling and sounding crazy and not doing something well or being really bad at something, I've discovered I'm really good at a number of things. So I won't go through all of my gifts and talents. The space I'm in right now is which one am I supposed to be tending to? I find myself in this unique place of mentoring, discipleship, or coaching of women. And I keep discovering them for all kinds of things. But oddly enough, the things that they want are things that sit in my wheelhouse, things I'm still growing and developing in, but for the most part, skill sets that still sit in my wheelhouse of, you know, projects or activities or skills, for crying out loud. So I went for a walk with my neighbor today, and we had a really great conversation. Oh, I should write her name down. Where's a pen? Okay, we'll come find a pen later. Never mind. So I met her, and that was a lot of fun. I've been in touch with my older sister, really encouraged by how she's operating, but also noticing how I don't want to operate in life. I have a girlfriend who's a photographer, gifted in her craft, and really spoke to my heart as she looked at the concept of value when it comes to her brand and product of photography, and what circles she feels like she can work in or circles she can't feel like she can work in, and how she's dealing with herself to deal with that hair splitting difference of yourself versus your brand. And then knowing yourself as your brand and being able to back yourself up when people challenge your price point. Which, by the way, I'm finally in a place where I'm really comfortable to set price points for voiceover. So we'll see how that goes. I have another girlfriend who is a reflexologist, and pace and rhythm in her life in relationship to work versus leisure, how to balance that and where to spend her time so that she can restore. I have another girlfriend who is a grant writer, and she is in a place where the journey of her life and what she's given herself to is coming back in rewarding dividends in hardship. And I was encouraged to hear from her because I can see that no matter how hard the climb might be, the peak and the view from your own journey is just priceless. My girlfriend who owns the coffee shop, watching her show up for her passion in environments and at a pace that is just demanding, and she is fulfilled in what she does. And then my girlfriend who is a structural engineer, has just been my mirror for everything I'm dealing with. And so if I think something's going on with me, I can just call her up and she's like, yeah, I'm dealing with the same thing. And so there's nothing like the companionship of what feels like a preschooler because of the age gap between us. And I'm like, I can't believe our journeys are in such perfect harmony. And then the last but not least, a girlfriend I spoke to tonight, we literally just hung up the phone just so I could drop this video. Because I told her, girl, I gotta hang up. If I don't hang up, I can't drop this video. In her journey, she's had to make some tough calls. And she's made some tough calls that didn't serve her. And then she made some tough calls that got her hurt. I should say, tough calls that served other people and tough calls that hurt her. And she's now in this place where she is shifting in her conversation and her speaking. And it just reminds me to speak life, not just life for other people, speak life into my being, and then allowing that life birth out of me life for other people. Because no matter what, as women, we're always going to give birth to something. We're always giving birth. We are created as creators, and we're created to take dominion and rule. We're created to nurture and to tend to and to care for. So whether it's a business, children, a book, an inspired project in your heart, a husband, whatever the case might be, we're here to create and to nurture. And so I'm thankful that in this season of my life, no husband, no children, I can cultivate things that are in my heart that God's given me to do, that this is the season to do it. So I hope you got something of value. I hope you heard something that made a difference for you. I hope you know that you plus nothing equals enough, and that the value you put on you gives you an opportunity to train people how to value you. And just know, as you get older with more wisdom, you get more expensive, kind of like fine wine. So I just encourage you to keep pushing, keep moving forward, keep trusting. You know, when I finally dealt with my questioning of myself in the last 2 weeks, my trust and my confidence and my belief came in when I realized if I'm willing to give myself wholly, I mean wholeheartedly, to what I'm passionate about, and to be unreserved, unapologetic, wear my feelings on my sleeve, and even be a fool, for dancing in public, which I totally did today. It's easier to believe myself. It's just even more fun because I'm authentically showing up 100%. So anyway, you go add value to your life and be unapologetic for what you're worth, and then encourage another woman to do the same. All right, have a great night. Bye.